Hey guys, welcome back to our part two of our daily stock market insights. And in today's discussion, this episode, I'd like to focus our attention on the market recap or market summary for the day. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that we had a lot of gainers. I am actually here in the market summary section of Investograms, and from the main page you will see menu here at the top side, and you can click market summary and it will route you here. And some good news, of course. We had a lot of gainers. However, foreign selling is still noticeable here. So this, for me, it's a good sign because there are a lot of Filipino investors investing in the market, and despite the amount of foreign selling that happens here, I'm thinking these foreign sellings really came from the main stocks in the index. But surprisingly, even the index, we still managed to maintain the performance despite this foreign selling. So I just assume that most of these investors that really uh, push the price of most of our stocks are coming from within. So that's a good one. And as you can see here, um, see the index registered the biggest amount of foreign selling here. So those probably came from the big ones, and the holdings company really did some good plays today. So another thing that I'd like us to also take a look at would be some stocks here. You had the block sales here, so just really am curious what may have happened here. Could be buying, could be selling, but let's try to understand what happened to these stocks. GFC, I already covered that in my previous discussion. So I added Double Dragon, FGEN, MBT, SECB's done, TEL, and I think yours already covered it in my previous video, which I'll put a link down below here in the description box. So I have listed down these stocks that I will be discussing today, and a few others that I managed to collect because we also have some friends here in Investograms who also requested for a few more, and I just want to make sure I cover that before the market opens tomorrow so that we are all very much prepared. Okay, so let me just go ahead and check that out. So let me start with pizza because this was requested by Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Jenna requested this in our Investograms page. And let me just add our RSI and our Bollinger Band. Uy, the color is different. Let's change the color settings. Let's change that to maybe lighter. Okay, so at least that's better. Okay, so as you can see here, good catch actually, Jenna, for requesting this. And I see that this is really a good bounce and recovery for pizza. This is the support we're looking at because we had some consolidation right over here, and we had a solid 3% gain in the price paired with the right volume. So I just feel like we can still have some more movements going up. Just take note that you have a moving average, an MA20 line around 5.71, which could also act as a short-term resistance. But if we manage to break out of that, then we will really have a lot more potential to the upside. Okay, overall, if you're to look at it, significant dip, and we're starting to recover. And I know I've read it somewhere that we are now going to go back to a GCQ, and some businesses are going to open, and I would assume even shakies uh, would also be following. So slowly this could mean slight recovery. We don't expect a lot of it's a big jump in the revenue because people are still hesitant in going out because the virus is still there outside. So just that, it's just the fact that it's now GCQ, so a lot of businesses are going to go back. Maxis is the next one. Okay, so this is a doji, but the fact that we are higher than the MA20 line, so that's a good sign. We'll use MA20 as our support at the moment. So, like what I've been mentioning ever since, if we manage to go beyond or higher than the resistance level, then it will create a brand new wave. And what happened here is it just did a slight bounce or a slight wave there, and then it retested the support right away. In some occasions the waves are big, and then people will take profit and it will go back to the previous resistance, creating a brand new support. Here your previous resistance is at this level, and then your MA20 is also your trigger, that could be a resistance area, and we broke out of that, and it's just trying to establish that support at the 4.77. So anywhere between 4.77 to 4.88 is an okay level, right? If you want to start accumulating, that price level is a good area to start really monitoring, because look at that. So if you're a long-term investor and a position trader, this is the time when we all can start accumulating. Of course, just strike a balance between fundamental analysis and technical analysis. The moment you see some negative news that could somehow impact the movement, then go ahead and take action according to your plan. Okay. Next is Cebu Pacific. How is Cebu Pacific? Resumption of limited local and international Manila flights on August 19th. Oh, flights. May flights na. But let us see. Nasa ano pa rin tayo, no? Sa MA20 level, we're higher than the MA20. So, pagbabagsak siya. And I think it will just retest your MA20, creating or validating the support at that area. If we still hold on that level, then that's fine. It's just strengthening the support area at that, and just watch out and monitor the market, and of course the news related to Cebu Pacific. If it breaks, next possible drop could be around 35.23. At the moment, this is the support that we're looking at, 38.53. Okay, so if I might just take a look at this, Cebu Pacific Ice resumption of limited international Manila flights on August 19th. Ay, what is this? There. So it says Manila, Cebu Pacific said Tuesday it intended to operate limited domestic and international flights to and from Metro Manila after the government eased coronavirus restrictions to general community quarantine. So does it say any? Also, these are the flights. Okay. There. So I'm not sure if any of you guys are intending to travel anytime soon. So that's a good news for you. But just be extra careful. Stay safe, everyone. AREIT is next. So there was a slight recovery yesterday, and I would assume this is because more platforms were able to conduct trades, or users of these platforms were able to initiate their trades, especially like COL Financial. They were able to, I think, start. And today, because of that a significant increase in the price, probably these people who may have already entered here took profit, or two things. Those people who were trapped here they had the opportunity to lessen the losses, and then just on the safer side, they already cut their losses better, haggle, or yeah, at a better level compared to cutting their loss here. So this was their chance yesterday, and of course they were already on a negative example. They entered right here. At least they were able to trim down their losses. So I just feel like it might continue, just a slight dip perhaps around this level 24.91, around that or here. It will just stabilize. I don't expect any significant or big waves for AREIT. This is a big a company with a big market cap. You cannot just easily swing this extremes, right? Unlike the other small secondary stocks where your market cap is really small, so it's easier to move. At this point, it's just gonna perhaps go sideways, 24, 23, around that. So if you want to take advantage of the dividend release, I know Samuel commented in just look for the comment of Samuel. He mentioned about a date where it is going to give out its first dividend. I think this August. I'm not 100% sure. Here, a day ago. Right? Not that. Cash dividend. How much is this? So you can just read through this. It looks like it doesn't want to open, but that's fine. Just go ahead and look for the information here, but definitely there's a scheduled dividend release coming soon. Okay, NIKL is the next stock. One of the trending stocks in our Investograms here. Okay, as you can see, there was a gap down, but right away people started buying. So I think this is just a profit taking, and but then again the buyers are still dominating, and so it managed to still bounce. Even if it was a gap down, and sentiment was really high for buying. And so at the moment I'm plotting 3.01 as our support, because there used to be a resistance here that became a support when we managed to break out of that. And at this point, when we were able to reach that, there was again another wave, and it retested your previous resistance, creating a support at that level, and most likely it will do that. However, if you are a position trader, please note that this level is already a profit taking level. It's a bit risky at this point, because normally this level would already mean that you could really monitor the market movement, and you should be able to exit really quickly, because look at that, you're very near a resistance level. The nearest resistance I'm looking at is here, right at this level. It could be a little higher or a little lower because it's an area, but looking at it right now, that's really very well. There's still some room for it to move higher, around 11%, but just be extra careful to check. And let us say it negates your 3.01 as your support level, and it drops. It is also possible because you have a gap up that happened here. So we don't really know if that gap up will be filled anytime soon, or it will just continue to move higher. So right now I'm plotting this level as the super near support, and maybe slight dip or overshoot, and then it might recover again. What's here? August 18. So that explains the gap down. So first minute of the day, people exited because they know that they will be part of the dividend, and people who found or who feel that there's really good fundamentals for the stock, they took advantage of that slight dip. So most likely, what you have here are already investors who are willing to somehow stick and ride the wave. Okay. The next is LC. LC, okay, there's a bounce in LC. Look at that. It's respecting the MA20 line. So let's use the MA20 as our support level, and you can just take advantage of that. And let's see if it'll still push the price higher, because I think it will somehow, but I don't expect really long trace here. If it will reach this level around 0.1599 or up to this level, then people might be taking profit and it will decline because this is already stretched. Well, if you're a long-term investor, look at that. Still, there's potential, right? But short-term wise, this is already really high up there, but it managed to bounce, gave you a chance at a discounted price. Maybe what I'm thinking is if you want to enter anywhere 0.14 and 0.80, you still have a potential of around, let's say, 10%. So to be conservative, and then at this point you can consider taking profit so that you can just lock in those uh, realized gains, right? Next is Double Dragon. Uh-huh. I don't feel good because there was a rejection that happened very near your MA20 line. So it respected MA20 being a resistance. So I just feel like there will be some more bearish sentiment bringing the price lower. Okay. At this point, I'm looking to the left, and the nearest support that I see because of this is at the 14.34 level. There's a big possibility that it will revisit that area and probably bounce at that level. Okay. Next one is FGEN. FGEN also, so you had a dip, slightly recovered, but as we go near the MA20, there was a slight rejection. So I'm thinking you now have a downtrend channel formed at this point. Yeah, it might follow this. Okay, so just be extra careful. I just feel like people will still, there's still some more profit taking sentiment here, and because we already crossed the MA20 line going down, your empty MA20 line is now your resistance, and it might bring the price lower and lower. We just want to understand where is the next possible support. So because I see this, we might establish a support at that level looking at the horizontal perspective. See that? It might pull down, retest your previous support, and probably break out of that once it reaches 22.27. You see that? You see this? This is your previous support, and now it's triggering that kind of a bearish sentiment. It might revisit that level. Okay, and the next one is MBT. I wonder if all the banks are going to show us some positive sentiment. Okay, good. Look at that. We are now moving for 4 days, 4 days straight. We're just moving within the MA20 level, higher than the MA20 level, but no significant moves. Like, the swings are very low. So what I can say is that anywhere from 35.35 to 36.10 is still okay. If you are an investor or position trader, try to start accumulating, because I think any moment from now, especially because we are now on GCQ, people could start. There will be more business or banking transactions that might happen, and at the same time, these banks are also having online platforms now. You can transact. So totally, these banks are still able to operate. It's just the market sentiment overall that really drove the revenue down. And probably, of course, the consumers, the customers, because there were a lot of people who lost their jobs. So, of course, the cash flow of these banks are also affected. TEL is our last stock in this part two. Oh, so look at that. There was a big rally that happened since April, and right now we're having some difficult time pushing forward. This used to be a resistance, and then second time around, resistance over here, and second time around we tried to reach that. There was rejection. Today we also tried to go as near as that, and there was again a rejection. So just be extra careful because the moment this MA20 line gets broken, then you will see some more profit taking that might pull the price even lower. And then if it drops, next possible drop could be around 1308 level, because we have your resistance here, resistance over here, and some consolidation that happened here, creating a support at that area. So those are our uh, key levels at this point. I'm not going to go extremes right now because we'll deal with this one level at a time. Of course, if you want me to plot some more levels in case that gets broken, then next possible one would be 1254 if that happens, because who knows, it will just recover right here. August 17 X date, that's done. Here, that's why it dropped. Anyway, so those are the stocks I have reviewed for you guys. I hope I was able to somehow give additional insights that might help your trades tomorrow. In the meantime, thank you for watching our video, and I hope you subscribe and hit the like. And also don't forget to click the notification bell so you're always updated whenever we have new videos. Thank you, and bye bye for now.